What will happen with Global's Part 2 campaign? How's it, everybody? Celtic Link here. We're back for another Dokkan Battle video. We are 24 days away from the start of Dokkan Battle's 9th anniversary, and we are approaching the start of the Part 2 campaign for the Despair's Onslaught Emperor's Domination campaign. This is the last campaign before said anniversary. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to figure out when exactly that Part 2 should be starting and what us here on Global can expect. After all, there isn't much there, whether even if it is a summonable banner that you should be utilizing, other than collecting up stones to use on the 7th when the anniversary starts. So let's go ahead, let's hop on in, and let's start by figuring out when the Part 2 campaign is gonna start. So taking a look on down here, we have everything for the Frieza campaign, and as you can see, we've gotten just about everything already from the Frieza campaign. There's nothing left. As of yesterday, the 11th, we got the new challenge event for the Frieza, we got the new DB story, and that's it. We got everything. There's nothing left for the Frieza campaign. So that means we can already start looking at the Part 2 here, right? So we can see here that the Dragonstone sales end on the 19th at 7:59 HST, right? And the Elder Kai banner ends on the same time, about an hour later. Now, Elder Kai banners and Dragonstone sales are usually a pretty good indicator of when one banner is ending and another should be beginning. In fact, the Elder Kai banner is usually the big indicator because they never leave an Elder Kai banner by itself. So the moment that leaves, another new one will start up, and when that new one starts up is usually at the time that the next banner starts. So we know that on Global, this Part 2 should be starting on that day. So that is about 8 days from now. So we still got some time, so enjoy the Frieza event while you can. Now it's possible this could drop sooner, but unlikely given that the time of the stone sales, because if there is a Part 2, they're going to expect people to be picking up those stones. So I doubt they would drop it early. So it begs the question, what is it gonna be? Well, it can be one of two things. The most likely outcome is these guys right here, the LR Int Captain Ginyu 4s, right? This was the Part 2 campaign to the Topo campaign in April, and like almost every year, the April Part 2 is usually Global's June Part 2, the last LR right before the banner. Now, this should be a pity summon banner, meaning every 3 multis you do on his banner is a guaranteed featured multi, and after about 700 stones, including anything you may trade in, you'll probably get close enough to collect up your copy using the pity system. I don't recommend anybody doing that since we are just before the anniversary. In fact, I probably won't do any more than 1 or 2 rotations. If I don't get them, I'm calling it there. So, because we got to save for that anniversary, right? So this is one likely outcome, is that we get this. And this campaign brings with it not much, right? We'll have some new EX missions for one of the red zones. I cannot read which one that is, but should be getting new EX missions for red zone. We should get another quest mode update, inching us ever closer to sync with JP's quest mode, and then we'll get Ginyu, and then that is basically all we will get. If we're lucky, we will get the super easy A for this guy along with the Ginyu revamp. We did get the Team Bardock revamp already, so it's possible they could throw these in there all together, because we do already have the Gotenks Easy A. We just don't have the Super Easy A, so they could throw all of this together in one sort of big huzzah before the anniversary, but then that basically leaves Topo's celebration without anything. And if they do with what I'm anticipating, where they throw him on a banner together with somebody in August right before Worldwide, then it doesn't really matter, but I don't really see them taking away what little Topo celebration could possibly have left, right? They already took away Frieza and that, so that there isn't going to be much in a Topo celebration if it happens. So we can safely assume that if Ginyu comes, there's a high chance that we're getting the Ginyu Force revamp, the Go Tanks Super Easy A, and call it a day. Now, that is one possibility. Now, there is another possibility, right? And it's that we could get the Super Easy A with the Goku Black, and that could be in participation with JP's Part 2 for whatever they're getting for their current Rosé celebration. That might actually make sense because in February, when we on Global got Super Saiyan Rosé, we didn't even get a full celebration for him, right? We didn't get half the stuff JP got, right? We didn't get these tickets. We didn't get the revamp for Resurrection of F's story. We did get the EX missions for the Goku Black stage, right? We did get Kefla. We didn't get a new SBR. We didn't get this stage. I believe we did get the UI burst mode, so we did have that. But it was int UI, not AGL UI, so not sure on that one. We didn't get a support memory boost, and yeah, we didn't get any of this other stuff. It was all just, it was Goku Black, it was the Red Zone, and then it was Kefla's EZA, and that's pretty much it. So there's a possibility that in order to kind of sync up and catch Global up on everything it missed from this celebration, we could end up sharing their Part 2, in which they may or may not. I doubt they would drop the tickets. We're just kind of going to be, because they did give us our own version of tickets for this, so we could just share whatever their Part 2 is and end up getting the Resurrection of F story and all the stuff they miss, and then whatever comes with their Part 2. Now, this could work, seeing as the stone sales here end on the 15th for JP's Part 2, as well as the Elder Kai banner ending about a couple days earlier. So it's possible that in about a day we get the reveal for whatever JP's Part 2 is, and we'll know that if that reveal comes out on Global 2, we could definitely see that happen. Now again, the only question it becomes is it in regard to the stone sales. Global could wait to drop the stone sales, but I mean, it does say in the stone sales that they're subject, these here, when you're actually in game, in the news, it says it's subject to change at any minute, right? So they could obviously just update the new stone sales right away, and it would be a non-issue. It's possible we could share their Part 2, but it seems unlikely. We'll know for sure when the info gets dropped out, probably in about 24 hours from now, seeing as that's when their campaign ends. So it's one of the possibilities. I do think Ginyu Force is the more likely outcome, because otherwise there's no place to slot in Ginyu Force, right? But then again, whatever JP's Part 2 is going to have the same situation problem as well. So, I mean, we'll have to see what ends up happening here. The fact that Global hasn't mentioned anything about Goku Black's Easy A makes me think that this might not be the case. But you never know. They've done crazier things before. So, guys, that is it for the video. If you liked the video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And in the comments down below, let us know, what path do you think we are on? Do you think we might join JP in their Part 2 for the Super Saiyan Rosé campaign? Share it, get a brand new pity coin LR, and maybe they just drop Ginyu in there with him? Or do you think we're going full into the Ginyu Force celebration, what little there is left of it? Let us know in the comments down below what your thoughts are. No matter what it is, it should be starting somewhere between the 15th to the 18th on Global, but let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. Otherwise, guys, as always, thanks for watching, and aloha.